I think education is a really good way to go. I like education. I think it, instead of hurting people and, fighting guns with guns is not the way to go in my opinion. So.
Combat terrorism with peace.
First, you need the support from people in the newspapers and magazines, and to tell people terrorism is so bad to the society, and let them know what benefits they can get if they fight terrorism.
Education.
Well, we have made attempts to support certain sects and nations that we have identified with terrorism, but so far we still haven't been very successful.
To not provoke them and have like an actual peace.
I feel like it's a hard thing to fight because you don't really know what exactly terrorism is or like when it's gonna happen or appear. So I feel like it's hard to exactly fight it. I would think more peaceful methods. I think guns and bombs would kind of make it worse. Well, or it could, and like, I feel like it's not gonna stop them, just anger people who are like the cause of this terrorism.
Well, I guess, but I mean, if you were to like maybe bomb them once, or like, I mean, I'm not for it, but I mean, if you were to fight it because they did attack you, like your country or whatever first, and then just talk to them like reasonably, it might work. But sometimes words don't work. But maybe if we tried like talking to people and then maybe fighting if that doesn't work, I guess.
I would say that education is definitely key. You don't want to be going over and like fighting and having a military force. I think it's a lot better to educate people and encourage them to learn about world affairs. Maybe take a little of the hate out of them.
Kill the terrorists?
Education. Because like some schools are like run by the Taliban, I think, and they're like brainwashing kids.
By educating the youth and making them see that opposing ideologies are not harmful to their way of life also.
I think definitely through education would be best, probably. I just think that a lot of countries have a really negative view of like the United States and other countries that are trying to help them. And so if they're educated and can see that, we could actually help them step in and, help out their country, maybe they wouldn't have so much hatred towards us. I don't really know.
I'm not aware.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know. I haven't heard a whole lot. I'm not very in touch with the whole ordeal.
Enlighten me. It's in the billions, right?
Not much. I think we can spend more.
Way too much.
I think we're spending almost too much. I think we should cut down on spending and focus on more on domestic issues than foreign issues.
Far too much for our budget. Probably borderline more than $1 million a year. So
A lot, and I think it's over the top too much, and I think we should spend more on like education budgets and stuff other than military.
I don't know, because I know the military budget is really high, and I guess if that's going to it, then if that's what they're using to fight terrorism, I guess it would be really high, but I actually haven't really heard anything about it.
No, I think it's probably like more billions of dollars, probably.
Way too much. I looked at, in my APUSH text, it was something like 13 trillion, and then like half of that is going to any like social working stuff. So, and like a quarter of that to highways. So I think we're spending a lot of money on the war that could be spent on other things. That would probably be twice as effective as like a tank.
A lot of money?
Way too much. I don't have a number, but it's got to be way too much.
Probably too much. I don't know. It seems like we're in a lot of countries like wars, even though we shouldn't be. Like, I don't know. I've just been hearing that, yeah, we're trying to be, you know, good people and help out other countries, but a lot of times we're kind of just there for greedy reasons, like to like use other people's resources and stuff like that. So I don't really know. Maybe we are spending too much on other people's problems.
Yeah, it's pretty effective. Maybe not as effective as we hoped, but it's doing its job.
I don't think a war is very effective. I mean, just because you're going into a country where it's supposedly the home of some terrorist organization doesn't mean you're going to find them, or you're going to crush them, or terrorism will end, because terrorism won't end.
Say not very effective.
Very ineffective. We've been there for several years. Ineffective. We've been there for several years, and very little progress has been made.
Well, finally Obama pulled out the U.S. troops from Iraq, right? So, well, it's getting better compared to what the other presidents were doing. The president.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're really getting anywhere,
Yeah.
and I never hear of anything really happening.
I think
So-
it's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say pointless, but I mean, nothing's happening.
Well, there hasn't been another attack on U.S. soil, so you have to like assume that it's going okay. But also, you have the whole idea of the war was to like win the hearts and minds. There's like a big part of that in the Middle East, and it doesn't seem to be working because there's still a lot of hostile feelings out there. So I'd say militarily maybe we're winning, but on a deeper level, I think it's a fat loss. Like I think we're just wasting our time over there.
Judging from the results in Afghanistan, not as effective as it could be, but not good in general.
It's not that effective, but
I don't think a lot of people there really listen. Because like maybe they think of us as like kind of like get butting in. Like we had a relationship, or there's like trying to convince people that's not working. So.
Not very effective. I think it's probably going to keep going.
Well, so far not really effective because we've been in the Middle East for quite a long time and it feels like we haven't been making really much any progress. So.
I would guess less than 10%.
20, maybe less.
35%.
10%.
Less than 10%.
I don't think too many. I mean, I feel like there's traditions there do not encourage women getting education, which is something reserved usually for the males.
Borderline 5%.
Really little, around 20, no, maybe even less than 20%.
I think it's really low, or that's what it seems like.
That's what I've heard.
And I've heard a lot of things that it's been really low, like because of stuff like the Taliban and how they don't really have any rights.
Maybe like less than 2%.
Yeah,
Probably.
really low.
It's super low.
I hear they're not too big on letting girls learn out there, so probably not very high. I couldn't give you a number, but I mean, they have like all those strict rules from whatever reason, so I can't imagine.
Less than 5%.
All right.
1%? What is it? 2. I'm pretty sure it's really low. No, 7. 7%.
I'm guessing like 10, 20%? Not a lot, I'm guessing.